Gregg Popovich has stepped down as the San Antonio Spurs head coach with Mitch Johnson taking over, but he will have a new role in the Spurs front office. He'll be the new head of basketball operations, but he had a better way of describing it.
There's a lot of thank yous after 25 or 30 years. Mitch Johnson, hi. Alana, Timmy. I can never express the gratitude that I have for so many people carrying my organization and sending me thoughts, prayers, that sort of thing. Since I had the stroke, things are getting better by the day, but it's not good enough for what we plan ahead. And so it's time to make this change. They've got some young players who are going to end up being really great players. Some in Austin and many right here in San Antonio. And Mitch Johnson will be the guy that forges their futures. And I'll do everything I can to help him and help them. And I'll have a new job. And I want to make sure everybody understands what the new job is. I'm no longer a coach. I'm El Jefe. I ran this by Mike Monroe, and he says, okay, so I'm doing it, okay? Come on up, Mitch, say a few words. I love this man. You can do a great job.
Gregg Popovich has decided to step down after several health issues, stroke. The man's 76 years old. He's going to become president of the Spurs, but I want to say something about this. I don't talk about the NBA all that often because the modern NBA I don't enjoy. But people like Gregg Popovich is the reason why I stayed following the NBA as long as I did. I grew up in the era of Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, you know, Charles Barkley. You see somebody like Gregg Popovich, and man, he inspired loyalty among his teams. And 5 championships with Tim Duncan being the man the entire time. I can't speak highly enough. So let's talk a little bit about his career and the legacy that Mitch Johnson is going to have to live up to. And I don't think he's going to be able to, but he might be able to. So let's look into Gregg Popovich.
Hey folks, this is Paul with Redneck Sports. I want to thank you for viewing my video, and I want to give you one thought process. There was a famous coach at the University of Tennessee by the name of General Robert Nealon. He had 6 maxims, but number 2 maxim is what everybody should apply to their life. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That's how to live your life right there.
Now, Gregg Popovich, here's a man who went to Air Force Academy. He became an intelligence officer. He played as a guard at Air Force, 66 to 70. Became an assistant coach at Air Force Academy. Coached at Pomona Pittsburgh Sage Hens, joint varsity intercollegiate athletic programs for Pomona College and Pitzer College. Became an assistant at Kansas. Now there's some blue blood right there. Um, Went back, became the head coach at Pomona Pitzer again from 87 to 88. Became an assistant from 88 to 92 for the Spurs. Assistant for the Golden State Warriors 92 to 94, and was head coach of Spurs 96 to 2025. Five-time NBA champion, like I said, three-time coach of the year, four-time NBA All-Star Game head coach. Uh, he was three-time Southern California Intercollegiate Athletic Conference champion, 1980 to 82. They say that he's top 15 coach in NBA history. I, you know, I agree with that. I mean, here's a man who he brought in my opinion, the greatest power forward who actually was a center, in Tim Duncan. He, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, February 2015 became the ninth coach in NBA history to win 1,000 games. Um, he served as Team Africa's head coach in the 2015 NBA Africa exhibition game. He had a 67 win year. I mean, we're talking. This is a man who 1,003. Okay, 2022, he notched 1,336 regular season victories for the Spurs. I mean, you're talking, this man is just straight up a legend. He got a gold in Tokyo. He was an assistant coach for the bronze team in Athens. You can't speak highly enough. I mean, Coach Pop. I mean, you really can't. Gregg Popovich was the kind of person that you wanted to see be in the NBA. He wasn't controversial. He wasn't out there making headlines because he was doing stupid things. No, he got out there. He won titles, uh, and he won. I mean, what didn't he win? And he brought in great players. He, I mean, that's the only thing that you can talk about. I mean, he brought in everybody that has made the Spurs in recent years be what they became known as. Yes, there were other people there, such as uh, George Gervin, who was 77 to 85, Larry Keenan, Artis Gilmore, all those were before him, but now you've got people like Victor Wembanyama, Dejounte Murray, LaMarcus Aldridge, Kawhi Leonard, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, David Robinson. These are people that when you saw them, you were like, these are the people that I want to play. If I could play basketball, these are the people I want to emulate. So this man right here really just, you can't speak highly enough. You really can't. The words fail you to try to talk about the greatness of this man. Most of what got me into basketball, NBA side, is gone. And Gregg Popovich was pretty much one of the last people to be part of that. I mean, Steve Kerr is probably the only other person that I enjoyed watching back in the day, but you know, here's a man that just brought on so many good players, and these players still talk highly of Pop. And him leaving the court, it's a sad day. So I I'm not thinking that he'll ever hear this, but seriously, this was an inspirational type of man. This is somebody who went from being an Air Force intelligence officer to being one of the greatest head coaches in the NBA of all time. That's a career right there. That is a life well lived. So, for all the enjoyable times that watching the Spurs and just watching the NBA because of him, thank you, Gregg Popovich. And I'm sad to see you go. I know you're 76 years old, and hey, it's probably been past time, but thank you. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.
I want to thank you for watching my video. And if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all have a good day now.